Welcome to another episode in season 2 of Impact. And today I have a very special guest with me, my neighbor, and a man who always turn it up. And we just want to say welcome to Peter. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you very much, Craig.
It's good to have you. We are here on Impact, and I know you have a lot of stories and a lot of things to share with us, but who is Peter? Tell us, who is Peter?
I'm 43 years old. Been living in London South London for my whole life. I came up through primary school, junior school obviously, got my GCSEs, came up through the youth system in youth clubs and youth work, and then eventually went into retail. And I'm a very big music lover. I DJ almost every day. I'd like to do more DJing in public, but there are certain limitations that I have. You can probably tell. And I'm recently diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2015. Hence why I'm moving around so much. But originally it was a bit of a curse, but now I kind of see it as a blessing. It's more an opportunity to give people hope and use my experience to pass on to them, to say that you don't have to give up, or stop things, or stop what you're doing, or stop believing. I can do it, you can do it, that sort of thing. So,
yeah, good. You have recently been diagnosed in 2015 with Parkinson's, but before that, life was normal, wasn't it? Tell us about the primary school, the early years of Peter.
In primary school, I wasn't the most popular kid in the world. I was probably the guy got picked last for the football team and faded into the background, which I didn't mind so much. I used to have a terrible temper as well regarding my glasses, so every time someone would make a comment about that, I'd probably get into a fight, which taught me very quickly that I couldn't fight. So I stopped doing that, stopped losing my temper. Became very mild-mannered over the years. People can practically say anything to me now. But,
So in primary school, what was your favourite subject? What did you like doing as a child?
I really don't know. I'd say anything dramatic. It kind of stayed with me, I think. I used to like writing stories as well, but I was never very good because my handwriting was always terrible. So the teacher would complain about, not complain about my handwriting, but would struggle to read my work, and then my punctuation was always very bad as well in the early years. So they spend probably 3 hours marking mine and half an hour marking everyone else's. But it was all good. I got what I wanted to get out, and that was it.
So, was there any teacher in your primary school years that kind of inspired you, or you found?
It wasn't exactly a teacher. It was sort of a helper at the school. Well, there was a teacher at my primary school called Mrs. Wheeler, and there was her husband, Mr. Wheeler, never knew his name, but he would be around the school doing all bits and bobs and putting things together. And then one time we went away on a residential somewhere, I can't remember where it was, but he would come in every night to the boys' dorm and tell us stories about when he was younger or whatever, and he'd basically send them to sleep, not because he was boring, but because he'd be talking and we'd be interested in listening, but then we'd
nod off.
Yeah, so it would say it stopped us from being rebellious young boys, as it was, because when you go on a school trip with your mates, you don't want to go to bed, you want to go and run about the halls or do whatever, so. But it kept us all entertained and in our beds so we could go to sleep.
So that storytelling did it help you with your love for telling stories, or?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I don't think I noticed it at the time. It wasn't something that occurred to me at the time, but I do like to tell stories. My nephew gets a lot of my stories now, especially when I'm having troubles with my medication. Yeah. I found that because he's very helpful now. Since the start having trouble or falling about, he's in there picking me up or, giving me whatever drugs I need or anything like that. So, and I find that when I start talking to him about stuff in the past, about youth work, about youth club, about school, whatever, it kind of calms me and gives me a bit of level thinking.
Yeah.
Put distraction.
Okay. So you finished primary school and you went to secondary school.
Mm-hmm.
How was that transition into secondary school?
I wasn't in the best of places in secondary school. I used to get bullied a bit for my size. Because I probably was about the same size in primary school as I was in secondary school.
Yeah.
But it came... Well, there's certain story I can tell you actually. Well, there was a guy in my year who was actually in my form class called David Pitt. He was about the same size as me. We were probably 2 of the 3 smallest boys in the year as it was.
Yeah.
And what he used to do is they used to call us into the main hall because Sedgwick's got we used to have 3 halls, East Hall, West Hall, and the centre hall. They'd open it all up, get the whole year in there.
Yeah.
And separate us all off into different technology classes. So we wouldn't be with our form, we'd be with those people from other forms. There was a guy in my year at the time called John Mahoney. He was about 6'4". He was a very big lad. And he thought it would be funny to keep his legs in the way. When they called me to go for... I believe it was woodwork with Mr. Smith at the time. Not that it matters because nobody will know Mr. Smith, but I think it was woodwork with Mr. Smith. And he thought it would be funny to keep his legs out, and of course they would get you to follow him to the classroom you were going to be in.
Yeah.
So if you didn't keep up, you wouldn't know what classroom you were going to be in. And so I was, I said, where are you going, little boy? Where are you going, little boy? I was like, can you just get away? I just want to get to my technology class. Eventually, I got round him. The next morning, a morning break, which was about 15 minutes, I see my friend David Pitt, and we're outside technology block because we've got technology in the back classroom, but you have to wait around the front, and then they take kind of collectors to go around the back. And he had technology in the front classroom, my technology block, coincidentally. And David Pitt goes strolling up to him. Well, you starting on my mate. And now bear in mind, I'm raising my hand in the air because this is what he was doing. He's poking him on the chest, and his chest is up there. And John Mahoney's gone, no, that's all right. I was just messing about with you. I'm thinking, what's going on here? And it turned out David Pitt was very close friends with practically every hard man and psycho in my year. And we've been round his house, and and so by association, nobody would go near him. And from there he said, when are you in trouble? Let me know. I was like, okay.
So he became your good friend.
Yeah.
No more problem then. You want me to put the discussion?
Sorry, I didn't want to fall off.
That side. So in secondary school, I know you talk about playing music. Was that something you excelling in music?
I was well, not so much now because my voice doesn't work so well, but I was very good with words.
Yeah.
I was very good at writing words. I kept writing poems, writing songs, that sort of thing. And I did always liked music. I describe myself as being very schizophrenic. Yeah. Just because I like from extreme rock to extreme dance and everything in between. It's kind of... So I sound schizophrenic because 1 minute I'll be listening to house or jungle or garage or R&B or whatever, and then I'll be listening to someone screaming down a microphone. But it's just, I don't know, don't get many people that are like that, but I find a lot of value in a lot of different pieces of music.
Okay. And do you play, apart from piano, do you play any other instruments?
I vaguely play, I wouldn't say I played it. I attempt to play the keyboard at times, but that was it. I never really mastered any instrument in itself. I'm trying to develop my skills in Ableton, because obviously in realms of DJing, which I am a DJ, a lot of successful DJs are ones who manage to produce and bring out their own music. So that's what I'm trying to do, but it's not.
Okay.
I'm not very musically skilled.
So you I know you had some trophies for football. Did you play football? How did you were in sports?
Strangely enough, when I was about 18, I got into playing five-side football in Catford, and I was never any good at football. I didn't think I was ever any good at football. And then my friends needed a goalkeeper. And when you're at primary school, when you're you're not very good, they pick you and they stick you in goal, you know?
Yeah.
And that was basically where I sort of developed some goalkeeping skills. And then I got into this team, 5-side team, just because they needed someone in goal.
Yeah.
And it turned out the skills were all there, and they all sort of turned up all at the same time. So we won the league a couple of times with me in goal, which I don't know how, but it worked.
Yeah, so you saved some goals.
I think it's because I was in the same, I just charged at anything. From 5, they shoot from 5 foot away, and I was happy to put anything in the way. And one of my mates broke my nose before a game once. I blasted and blew my face.
So you save it with your face.
Oh yeah, that was quite often. I broke my thumb twice now for football job.
So you had a fair amount of injuries during your playing career.
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably once every 2 weeks.
That's how good you were.
I still turn up and play.
Yeah, well, that's why you turn up anytime, anywhere, anyhow.
That is it.
So you left school and now you were in the work world and life was okay with you. When did the sickness of Parkinson? How did that come about?
It was bizarrely one late shift. I had what they call a top level. It was like an under manager. And he said to me, "Are you limping?" And I was like, "No, I'm not limping. There's no reason." Because they knew I used to play football every Wednesday. Yeah. And they hated the fact that I played football every Wednesday. Because they said I used to get injured every other 2 weeks. So I'd be in carrying something, carrying some sort of injury, struggling to do whatever, or struggling to do this, struggling to do that, basically causing them grief for being injured. So they wanted me to stop playing football. So every time anyone asked if I was okay, I'd say, "Yeah, I'm fine." Yeah. But I say, "Are you limping?" I was like, "No, not limping. I haven't played football or anything." I actually hadn't that week. So it wasn't a game that week. So, But, sorry. Did you like your limping? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the floor, I don't know. And then it gradually got worse. To the point where, before I was diagnosed, I was dragging my right leg along. Yeah. And left calf that was the size of, a beach ball or whatever. Because my right leg wasn't doing any work, it dragged around. Yeah. Went through about 6 pairs of shoes in the course of that. And they investigated for months on end. I had scans on my back, scans on my ankle, scans on my legs, x-rays, you name it. And they couldn't find out what it was. So I went to the doctor at one particular time. She was a locum doctor, relatively new doctor. Yeah. And I had a very weak tremor in my right arm. About a week or so beforehand, just for about a couple of hours. I think it wasn't for an incredibly long time. But she, I said to her, sorry, I did look it up on Google. Yeah. Never look anything up on Google. Don't do it. If you're unwell, don't do it. You just get like 300 million diagnoses and you go, nah.
Which one is it?
Yeah, so, but I mentioned it to her. I said, is it possible it could be Parkinson's? And she said, you're a bit young for Parkinson's, it's very doubtful. You can get it tested, but probably just to rule it out. Yeah. She was the first person that actually decided to get me tested for anything. So I had a test. It was a long day because they had to go in and get some sort of, I think it was either a pill or injection. Yeah. When I arrived, then I had to go away for 3 hours and come back and get whichever the old pill or injection and go in for the scan. Which it was actually like a big, like you see the satellites with the plates. Yeah. And it was kind of like that. Bit like an MRI machine, but you open and then move the things around you. Yeah, so I had that, and about a month or two later, I got a call for results. I didn't believe it was definitely August, or the 11th or something, if I can't remember which date. And Lady Miriam Parry, who was the movement sort of nurse at the time, said, "I've heard you've got Parkinson's. Well, you've got a score of I think there's 0.8 on the left side of your brain and 1.6 or 1.2 on the right side of your brain, and normal level is about 2, I think. So,
Wow.
so I might have got numbers slightly wrong, but yeah, it was something like that. Basically, it's asymmetrical.
Yeah.
I've got one side that's worse than the other. But yeah, so what can I expect from that? And the words, don't know. Which is very useful.
Yeah.
Because you say, what can I expect from this? You told me I got. No.
No.
But you're the professional. You're supposed to tell me. But,
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah.
So you had that diagnosis, and what was it like when you know, I'm sure you went and did some more Google research and you found out all the side effects and what.
Oh yeah, so it's the first day was difficult because I was going to my mum's house afterwards with a partner. She'd separated from my dad.
Yeah.
And at the time, also his daughter and their friend was there. And so I was putting a brave face on it for most of the day. And I really wanted to keep a brave face on it for the whole of the day because my mum's partner also had cancer. So it was like she was dealing with
something,
a whole ton of stuff. And of course, I managed to get to about 5 minutes before I was walking out the door. Taxi was on the road. And so I just broke down and started crying. But I didn't want to because I didn't want to protect my mum from that. But it was all good. I couldn't, I would have rather not to, but it had to come out. And I went to my friends. My friend invited me to dinner that night, and basically, by the time we finished having my dinner, I felt a lot better about it. I understood a lot more.
Yeah.
And then I just had to work through it for a month or so, because also it can affect your mood with Parkinson's. Not just the point that when you've been diagnosed you probably feel low.
Yeah.
But it can also affect your mood, as in chemically affect it, make you feel low. So I had about a month or two off that I was really low. But then they managed to get the medication a bit better and bring me up to more what I was supposed to be like. The link went away and life got a bit better.
So you had the medication struggle with knowing, that you have this disease. What are some of the difficulties you face at that early stage? Apart from a low mood, what other?
The biggest problem was not really knowing what to do or what I could do or what I could. I knew that eventually I was going to have to stop working. I knew that it was going to get worse, etc. But nobody ever gave me a point for point A, B, C. This is what you should try. This is what you should do. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I applied for a disability benefit after a while, and they said they gave me no points at all out of the whole questionnaire. I didn't score nothing. So they said I couldn't have any disability benefit. Which I thought was a bit stringent, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
To not use words that are not very.
Yeah.
But because if you've got a letter that says you've got Parkinson's, I'm sure you're not trying to con anybody, or So I don't know why I got 0, but anyway. Someone said to me it was because I was still working. And they thought that would be the, So I basically got myself creatively sacked.
So how did it impact on your work, working?
I basically, it impacted me quite mentally, which is, I'm proud of it in a way and I'm not proud of it in another way. Because it gave me a good perspective, but the way I did it wasn't good. Because it'd be like, I'd turn up to work, they put me on keep looking at my phone, sorry.
Yeah, that's
They put me on 11 to 7 shifts or something like that, so that I could have time to get there. I didn't have to stay too late, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I'd roll in at about 20 to 12 or something like that. You'd go, I'll pick you late. Oh yeah, I know. We need to give you a late declaration because you're late.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, fine, do it. I got Parkinson, don't care. It was one of those things, I was kind of being quite reflective about it. I was probably being reflective about it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I I was kind of being a bit nonchalant about it. But this is your third declaration we're going to give you disciplinary. It's okay, let's do it. We'll go now. I could do a sit in the office, you know. Because it's kind of like, there was nothing they could do to me.
Yeah.
That would make me, you know, it could be Parkinson's. But at the same point in time, it was a bit rebellious.
You're trying to, you know, live a normal life, but the sickness wasn't, health wasn't,
no.
you know, but you're trying to turn up, but, you know,
that's it, yeah.
Parkinson was always going to be there.
Yeah. I think I was kind of being a bit. It's a good. Like I say, it's a good way. It's a good way. I think something like that gives you perspective.
Yeah.
But I think I took the perspective a bit too far at the time. I should have been a bit more professional, a bit more.
Yeah.
Watching about it, but you still have to put things in perspective. So that's,
and was that due to the fact that, you know, the mood swings and you were struggling with coping with this disease?
Oh yeah, I think a lot of it was psychological. Also, a lot of it was what was I going to say? I'm trying to think. A lot of it was because the way that I was treated while I was having time off before I was diagnosed. Yeah, people would saying, "Oh, you're here today." Just sort of silly comments like that. It's like, if I could be here every day, I'd be here every day. Because you're not paying me sickness money anymore, so I'm losing money by not being here. So if I could be here, I'd be here every day. But because it would get to the point where I'd be dragging my legs so much, my back would hurt after about a day or day and a half at work. My calf would be on fire. Yeah. So I'd have to take a day off because I couldn't get up and walk around anymore, you know. So I'd end up doing 3 or 4 days a week, and I was supposed to do 4 or 6. But yeah, so I was supposed to go a bit rebellious because I wanted people to feel sorry for, or wanted to show people that I wasn't putting it on.
Yeah, it was there. It was you couldn't handle the situation.
Yeah,
and I guess it takes a lot physically when you know struggle with doing basic things.
Oh yeah, it's a lot mentally, it's a lot physically. It's like sometimes I'll be eating dinner and I'll feel it, and it would just put me off of eating because I was like, you know, I'll be trying to get it into my mouth, getting half mouthfuls in because it keeps falling off the spoon, and I'll be like, you know, I'll eat it later, you know, but that's the way it is.
And this has been almost 10 years now, isn't it?
Yeah, 2015.
2015, so
yeah, right, yeah.
Almost 10 years. And it has gotten worse over time, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, well, the fact that I can't sit still now, I'm very conscious of that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Right. So, this struggles with being physical, doing anything, taking care of the things that people take for granted.
Oh yeah, picking something up off the floor now is a whole expedition, right? You know, the planet. Yeah. Then decide which way I'm going to go, and you know which legs are going to go down. Yeah, so it's very interesting.
And then so you decide to use music as a means of harming yourself. Tell us, how does that work? Because you're DJing, and when you're DJing, it takes your mind off.
Yeah, it's very true. It's I think it's because I'm saying it's like a rush I get. I suppose from the because I mix records. It's about getting the beat in time. Yeah. And deciding which bass line you want to take out, which bass line you're going to bring in, and you know what lyrics you're going to have playing, and you know, and like to find a way to play something that people have never heard before. Maybe 2 tracks that they know, they've heard before, but a way to mix them together, blend them together so they've never heard it, or, you know. Or maybe sometimes I'll try to mix 2 tracks that shouldn't possibly go together, but I'll find a way to. I like to be out of the box if I can. I don't like to be boring. Well, not boring, but I don't like to be usual. Yeah.
So you now have your DJ show called Turn Up.
Turn up radio.
Turn Up Radio. So tell me about Turn Up Radio. Why Turn Up Radio?
This is a great question. I love this. I always want to explain this to people. Turn Up Radio, it's kind of got three. Turn Up's got three meanings.
Yeah.
Number one, as you've said a few times, life is about turning up, about being fully there, about giving everything, being as good as you can be.
Yeah.
And that is what I like to do. I like to prove to people I can turn up. Also, Turn Up Radio is about music, so I want people to turn it up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
And there was a third part to this. I can't remember what it was another time. It'll come to me in a bit, probably.
Yeah. So you is there anybody else who does with Parkinson who does that sort of DJing that music? Do you know of anybody else? And do you have a following enough people?
There is a company that employs Parkinson's DJs, but I can't remember what they were called. But there is someone. Unfortunately, I lost it. My mum mentioned to me many years ago, and I might have to look it up again. But I did have a very small following of close friends and stuff, but they sort of, I think they get a bit. Well, life gets in the way of stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's busy. You can't always be glued to the radio or glued to the internet. And also, I think they got a bit. They probably get a bit fed up with me shoving it down their throat. But it's the way I am. I've always been a bit of a promoter. When my friend's band used to play, they used to call me the #1 fan. But I'd go to every gig and I'd be getting people to come with me to every gig because I wanted them to succeed. I wanted to lift them up, so that was why I would always be touting it and taking people and so I come to gig,
Yeah.
Always been a bit of a promoter, but probably not a great one.
So you're promoting Turn Up and you try to get people to turn up. So you're not only having this disease, so you said at the start, you see at the start you thought it was a blessing. It was a curse. Now you see it as a blessing. Explain to me why you think that way now.
Because, that's another thing about turning up. Basically, I think that it's my duty. Yes, I use the word duty, that's very weird.
Yeah.
To show people that you can turn up. And things don't have to stop you.
Yeah.
And, it's also my duty to turn up for my family and friends. Because obviously they could all be upset or down, or something if they saw me upset or down, and it can bring them down as well. And I'm not looking to bring people down.
Yeah.
I've never been someone who is a pessimist. I'm looking for what I can do. I'll still be trying to play records for you and I've only got one hand working, but it's just the way I am. Yeah, so, and also, I wanted to build Turn Up for my friends and family as well, in two ways. My family that doesn't DJ or entertain, in terms of someone making it a little bit financially viable, if possible, eventually. But obviously that's not easy. I've not been able to manage to do that yet. And also I wanted somewhere for my friends and family that do DJ or do have an entertainment background or something like that, to have somewhere they could continue to do that.
Yeah.
And continue to be heard without necessarily having to find somewhere to be heard or whatever. So that was the point, but it's not worked out that well yet.
I guess it's kind of difficult to maintain Turn Up and maintain the music when you have no idea of when this is going to turn you down or going to push you back. How do you deal with those setbacks, and what are some of the setbacks you have?
I can have. There are times when the medication just doesn't work for as long as it will or it should. I'm basically supposed to, I'm taking meds every hour and a half from 9 in the morning until 10:30 at night. So it's interesting keeping up with them. As you know, I have missed some at times and had chaos and calamity.
Yeah.
But yeah, and sometimes they'll cut out or just won't work. I've had them cut out and not work during the middle of a show before. I had one show that I was recording that had 7 versions of My Desire by a mirror on it because I couldn't get to the controller to change it. And unfortunately there's a lot of doubles on my software, so basically I had My Desire by a mirror for an hour. But and that was actually live, people were listening, so but yeah.
So you do live and sometimes you do pre-recorded?
Yeah, I've kind of moved away from the live stuff at the moment because I wasn't getting much response. So I'm kind of changing. I'm going to kind of diversify the channel into more of a podcast / live. So the live will be a special event for, say, someone's birthday or or if I've got a guest or something like that. But then I'm going to do uploads, say maybe 3-4 a month. I'm kind of focusing on fresh garage music at the moment, so I'm doing lots of sets or recordings where it's all new garage music from that month. I'm going to do 4 in February, 4 in March. I'm about to start the first one in April. I've just got some tracks for April, so that's it. I also need to rejig the description a bit because it still says Turn Up Radio at the moment. Yeah, and I'm thinking about turning it into either just Turn Up or possibly I think I'll just leave it as just Turn Up. Sorry, I'm fighting with the cushion.
In terms of your turn up music and I know you always talk about leaving a legacy. What legacy do you want to leave behind or want us to know about when somebody hears about Peter or Parkinson? What is the legacy?
I want people to know that literally no matter what it is you've got going on, you are undefeated. The only time you're defeated is if you give up.
Yeah.
You know, the moment you give up, anything you get from quitting is nothing. If you keep fighting and keep, admittedly, I've given up on the radio aspect, as it actually being a radio station. I've given up, but I haven't given up on it. I've just decided to evolve it a little bit.
Yeah. Because
I still believe it can be a vehicle for changing people's perceptions, not perceptives. God, my English is terrible. Changing people's perceptions and giving them that lift. I'm also, was also planning, hopefully I'm starting a TikTok. Not daily or possibly weekly or whatever account called the Turn Up. Was it the Turn Up? Oh, not the Turn Up Massive. It's called the Turn Up.
So is it like showing the life, the day in the life of Peter? What would that look like?
It'd be things that inspire me or things that come to me that what I think would inspire others.
Yeah.
So like a lot of I watch a lot of inspiring stuff. It moves me. It doesn't move me too much probably. But yeah, and I like to share that and give that lift or whatever to other people. So that's what I.
So who is your greatest inspiration now? Or what?
Oh, wow.
I know recently you shared with me a video of what's this Even If.
Yes, I love that tune. Michelle, your wife kindly sent it to me.
Yeah.
With your daughter singing it in church as well, and I love it. It's I'm not a very religious. Yeah. As you know, I don't claim to be a believer in God in so much, but I do believe someone somewhere is pulling the strings, or something somewhere is pulling the strings. And I believe my strings have been pulled in this way to be an inspiration and to. That's why I see it as being a blessing rather than a curse. And that song is about letting things happen how they're supposed to, and knowing that whatever happens, someone is watching out for you, and I love that. It's made me even more comfortable about my upcoming surgery and stuff because I know that whatever happens, it's supposed to happen that way.
Yeah.
And so I'm good for that. If it goes bad, it goes bad. If it goes good, it goes good.
So you have that upcoming surgery, and what are the hope of after the surgery? Is that is there a cure for that for Parkinson?
It won't. Well, they don't have a cure at the moment, but it's basically I'm going to have basically what they call a brain pacemaker.
Yeah.
Like a pacemaker. They're going to put a battery in my chest here with 2 wires. Subdermally is a technical term, or under my skin.
Yeah.
But get into electrodes in the back of my head, which will go into my brain, and they will stimulate the parts of my brain that produce dopamine, which is the reason Parkinson's, I even said Parkamine, the reason that Parkinson's occurs is lack of dopamine being produced by your brain. And the chance of it being successful are about 50 to 60%. The amount of success is generally about, you get about 50% better.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be half as bad, hopefully, fingers crossed. And yeah, so it's the most likely or best way forward they can see for me in my personal case.
Yeah.
So I thought, when I said that, I didn't think about it really. Just, okay, let's do
it, even if.
Exactly.
And you're going to turn up anyway, and you're going to do...
I will turn up, even if it all goes wrong. It's still something to learn from.
Yeah.
You can learn from it, good and bad. You can learn from it all, as long as you have the right attitude.
Do you have other people who have Parkinson? Who is a group of people that you get support or networking?
I've been doing it alone, but I've lately been thinking about joining up with a group of people because there's a Parkinson group. A Parkinson's group in Lewisham.
Yeah.
I believe midway between Lewisham and Catford. And I've been considering going there because, not because of my aspirations, not because I feel alone, but because I feel like they'll understand what I'm trying to do. It'll be good to find some people that are with me.
Yeah.
In terms of, because I do want to make a difference. I do want to change people's lives, be it financially with my family, as I say, maybe the radio session, making a bit of money, be it people that think it's over and they want to go and throw themselves on the roof. If they can listen to me talk one time and it stops them from feeling like the world is ending, or gives them a chance to get up and actually get up and do it, then that's what I'm happy to do.
So you have had almost 10 years to reflect from being sorry for yourself, from being angry and low, to now wanting to be that inspiration that person can say, look, this is my struggle, but I'm turning up every day. I'm
definitely
moving forward. So so there's a space for you, and this opportunity now where you're talking to many people here on this platform. Somebody might just hear you and see.
That's why I'm very grateful that you asked me on, because it's a number of people I can get to speak to and get them to think about it. I always say, we don't give up, we turn up. You've heard me say that a few times.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I'm struggling to put my shoes on, and I'm struggling to get up or whatever? I will repeat it over and over again.
Yeah.
We don't give up, we turn up.
And that's that's what I always focus on, having a positive growth mindset, to say not that you are going to give up, I can't do it yet. It's not that yet.
Yeah.
But if you take your time, in your own time, you can.
That is it.
Make a success. If you were to speak to that one person who is there, what would, apart from, is there anything else you would want to say to that one person?
If you're struggling, keep going. Keep going. Rome wasn't built in a day. You can do it. Whatever it is, whatever you're battling against, even say cancer or whatever, terminal cancer, you can still make a change. You can still have a good life. It doesn't have to be about it being the end. It can be the beginning of your new chapter, or I mean, admittedly, obviously, it's not good to be dying. It's not something that you want to be doing.
Yeah.
But
Even if.
there we go.
Even if.
It's just, you can make the best of it.
Yeah.
You can make something positive out of it. Think about the people whose lives you can influence by being positive.
Yeah.
Your friends, your family, etc. If you turn up every day, that's the catchphrase, then they will get a benefit from it.
I know you. In a couple of weeks from now, you will be, doing your surgery, and is there anything somebody out there wanting to give some support or to say, this is what they might have passed through the worst have done, what would help? Is there anything that would help? Your DJ, your radio. How can anybody out there listening give support?
What, to me or?
To you.
Yeah, you can tune in or go to my it's on Mixcloud. Mixcloud.com. It's Turn Up Radio /live /Mixcloud.com. But I'm worried I might have got that in the wrong order now.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
It will be on the screen at the bottom.
Yes,
I'll
give you the proper address or something.
Yeah, it will be on the screen.
But that's the live link. You can also, if you type that address in without live in the middll, without the 2 forward slashes, you can get to all my history of shows that are on there. There's quite a fair range of Sunday afternoon shows I did with classic rock and stuff like that. There's House and Garage on. I'm going at like a lunatic. There's some R&B stuff on there. There's various genres. Something for everyone on there. But I also need to. I'm probably going to adapt it slightly going forward as well to make it more about. I mean, it's music is inspiring, but it's mainly just music. Yeah. I might have to put some bit more of me into it. Make it a bit more inspiring. That's what I was considering a TikTok channel, because that could be. I think they'd work very well together.
Okay.
As if you like music, go here. And I can give you the message here, so...
Okay. And if somebody wants your services and saying, I would want you to, after listening to some of your music and think, I would want you to make some music for me.
You can get me on www. I think it's mredubs@gmail.com, or my own personal email is pete.soffe@gmail.com, which also get me on that. So you'll see that at the bottom of the screen. You can get in touch with Peter if you ever want to have him mix for you, or just play your favorite music. Yeah, I'm sure you take requests. Oh yeah.
And if anybody wants you to mix any music, that's definitely to you.
I'll take a set list and mix you a mix if you want to. It's something I actually like. I enjoy the challenge of being given a set of songs and find a way to put them together and blend them and make it work. So that's,
So if you're having a party coming up and you want a certain set of music, you want to mix those music, let's give Peter the list and he will make a good mix for you. You have music endless, all mixed without any interruption, any advert, and he'll be happy to do that. Now, Peter, it will, as I've seen you through the struggles, I've seen you in the difficult times, I've seen you in the times when you are just Mr. Joker, Mr. always having, and this is one of the things I always admire with you, no matter how much the struggle is here, you are always find a funny moment to come through.
Time when I'm trying to get off the floor and I'm cracking a joke.
That always inspires me when you ask for that help and you're struggling to get up, but you're finding a joke out of it and seeing the funny side of life.
That is it. There's no point in letting it be you. No point in being down. I mean, no, it's difficult. I know there are times, I even have times when I get down.
Yeah.
But I have a certain group of friends, myself included, who just say, Pete, it's time to turn up, mate. That's a very key phrase to me. If someone says it's time to turn up, I know that I'm not where I should be.
Yeah.
I need to turn up.
And you're going to turn up in a few weeks' time for your surgery, and you're going to turn up when you get back, and I'm sure there will be much more for us to hear from you or to see from you. And I just want to thank you for coming and sharing your story.
And thank you for letting me come and share my story.
I think there's a lot of people out there who will be inspired by the seeing or hearing from you and the vibes and the positive outlook that you have.
Definitely.
And I wish you all the luck, all the best in not luck, but all the best in your surgery. And I look forward to when you come back on the other side of that to being 50% on the other side, on the right side.
Yeah. And even if I don't.
And even if you don't,
I'll still turn up.
You will still turn up.
That's all.
And we're still there. So there you have it. Impact from Peter. Just looking at how life can throw you down, but you just need to turn up and stay tuned into life, because, as Peter said, you gain nothing from giving up. So until next time, in our next episode, just want to thank you for tuning into Impact, and we'll see you all the time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.